Hello YouTube. It has been a few months I think since my last video. Things have just gone crazy. Work has got very busy, family life, we've been trying to enjoy some beach days. Anyway, back to it. My sister approached me this morning. She runs a nursery. She said they've got an inspection by a local authority or something. They need a new tool for the kids to play with in the playground. What she's thinking is a set of wooden weighing scales, something that the kids can use, fill buckets with, and help to give them a gauge of which thing would be heavier. Now, anyone in the building scene or even just going to B&Q will see that prices have skyrocketed. Timber, I found, has at least doubled and in some cases tripled in price. Whether there's a shortage, COVID, I'm not sure. But anyway, I've been down there, I've picked up some CLS. Ideally, I would have liked to have found some pressure treated type stuff, something a little bit more hard wearing, but the prices just being what they are, and as this is going to be a gift to the nursery, because we get free childcare, I couldn't afford to go too expensive. They do have a sheltered awning area, so it'll be fairly well protected from the elements. But yeah, let's go out to the van and unload some of this timber. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse me, it's quite a busy road, lots of cars going past. But this is what we've picked up. This is a 3x2, or I think 68 by maybe 38 or something. And this was about £4 something a length, whereas it used to be £2.10, £2.30 a length. So it really has, gone up quite a bit. Now, as a 3x2, if we were to go to say a 4x2, like the more popular, stereotypical building studwork material, it goes up by another extra £2 or £3 just for that extra inch. So I think as long as we sort of double up, make it nice and chunky in places, I think we're going to be absolutely fine. And at the end of the day, this is only children that are going to be playing on it. So what we'll do is we'll load this into the house, and I've got my sidekick Daisy here today to help me. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, this is the kind of thing I've come up with. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna double up the 3x2s for the upright there. Now the 3x2s come in, excuse me, in an 8-foot length. So I'm hoping to just choose one whole length along here. Give us sort of 4 foot either side. If it looks too ridiculous, obviously we'll trim that down. Coming off each end here, we will have a bucket hanging so that the kids can fill up the buckets. I think the strongest kind of a base for something of this height is going to be like a nice cross, interlocking type base. Now, if time permits and if I can make it work, I would like to do kind of an arrow or something so that as one side goes down, the arrow will then point to the heaviest side. I think that'd be good for the kids to look at, and yeah, hopefully this should all come together. So no official plans, kind of wigging it as we go. I've seen a few images on Google, and yeah, hopefully we've got enough timber. is what we have so far. I'd forgotten just how horrible CLS is to work with. It really splintered out. And also, for some reason, my router decided that it wanted to go deeper than I'd actually programmed it for. So this side has a deeper recess and this side has a shallower. Luckily, this set of scales is going to have a front and a back, so we're going to make it look intentional. Okay, so with that side, that middle mortised out, this will now nicely accept another piece of 3x2 in there. So it's going to be a bolt all the way through, and that will allow it to pivot freely, luckily. Maybe a couple of washers here and there, but yeah, that's what we've got so far.
As you can see here, things don't always go to plan. First my timber splits, and then my timber falls over. It's funny how what seems to be the easiest job actually turns out to be really tricky. No amount of clamps was going to keep this arrow and this arm parallel to each other. In the end, what I had to use was a simple screw through the back to keep it in place while I secured the barrel in place. It seemed to stay true at 90, and at the end of the day, this was just a child's toy.
So here's the finished article. Unfortunately, filming is prohibited in the nursery. Something to do with children, being on camera or something like that. There's a few teething issues. Once again, it came down to cheap pine, splitting, glue repairs, but it works. So kids put things in the buckets, whichever one is heavier, the arrow will point to. The hardest thing was trying to get the arrow to move with the pivot, but it's done. Yeah, the ones that they were looking at on the internet were close to £300, and this came in at a fraction of the cost, even with timber prices being what they are. Thank you for watching. Always remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully there'll be lots more videos coming along.